Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video is the complete guide to the coinage of King Edward III. He reigned for 50 years between 1327 to 1377, so there's 50 years of coinage under Edward III. And we'll go through all of that now in denomination order, beginning with the lowest denomination, which is the farthing coin, worth 1/4 of a penny. And here we have it. Here is a farthing from the reign of Edward III. We can see it's a small and crude coin. To the obverse there we can see an outward-facing bust of the king, wearing a crown, with a beaded border around him and a legend around that. And then looking to the reverse there we can see a long cross design, with 3 pellets in each quartering, again a border around that, and then the legend around that. This coin was struck in 0.925 silver, weighs 0.32 grams, and is 12 millimeters in diameter. So a very tiny coin, a third of a gram in weight, very small indeed. Now then onto the halfpenny coin, of course worth half a penny. This coin is very similar, again a very small and very old, crude design, with a similar bust of the king, facing outwards and wearing a crown, on the obverse with a legend around, and we can sort of read there, Edward, to the side, and then similarly to the reverse, a quartered long cross with 3 pellets in each part. The coin is also struck in 0.925 silver, weighs roughly twice the weight at 0.58 grams, and has a diameter of 16 millimeters, so a similar size to a 5 pence today for comparison of the diameter. We have also a second bust of the king for half pennies. I will compare the two now. We have here to the left the second bust, and as we can see on the second bust, it is a much more straight crown on the edges. We're looking to the first bust, we can see a much larger and more sort of left and right facing, so a larger spread and a larger crown to the first bust. Now then, onto the penny, of course worth 1 pence, and here we have it, a similar design, but there are 2 varieties. First, looking to the obverse, now the coin is a bit larger, we have a bit more detail onto the rendition of King Edward III and his crown. And then to the reverse here, again 3 pellets quartered with a long cross. But if we look very carefully to the centre, we can see there's a design in the centre, but other issues, we can see there's no design, it's just a straight line or 2 straight lines intersecting for the long cross. Now these coins, of course, the pennies are the one that was mainly made, the most highest minted of all denominations. And these were made again in 925 silver. They weighed roughly 1 gram and had a diameter of 18.5 millimeters. Now, as these are so prevalent and common across the nation, they were minted at various mints all up and down the country. So there are small varieties in legend and mint mark depending on the various mints minting different pennies. This is true also for a few other denominations. Now then, onto the 2 pence coin, or known as a half groat. We can see it here. And again, now it's larger, there's more detail and design to the obverse, with a sort of border around the king's portrait. And then looking to the reverse, we can see a double legend now. So again, a long cross with 3 pellets in each quartering, but we now have 2 rows or 2 rings of legend to the reverse. The coin is once again minted in 0.925 silver and weighs roughly 2.06 grams with a diameter of 22 millimeters, so comparable in diameter to a 10 pence piece. Now then, onto the groat coin. This is a 4 pence coin. As we can see here, the same design was used on the groat as with the half groat, with a nice detailed bust of the king there, wearing a crown, and had a nice border around him, and then a border around the border for the legend, and we can see quite clearly to the top there, to the top right, the word Edward. And then to the reverse there, once again, 3 pellets in each quartering, 2 rings of the legend, and a long cross running through. Once again, the coin is made in 0.925 silver. It weighs around 4.3 grams, with a diameter of 27 millimeters, so comparable this time to a 50 pence piece today. Now then, before Edward III, the groat was the largest denomination used in medieval England. There were no higher denominations. But under King Edward III, gold coinage was introduced. He had 2 attempts. The first gold coinage failed and is therefore very, very scarce. I'll go over that first. We begin with the gold helm. Now here is the gold helm, a coin that is very, very scarce and many people would not have heard of it. We have a crude bust of a lion to one side and a cross with wings, so quite a sort of religious design here. A very crudely struck coin, a very small coin, and it did fail, like I say, as the first gold coinage. I will return to the denominations of these coins and how they work, but the gold helm was worth half a gold florin, and the equivalent name for a gold florin was a gold leopard. These coins were minted in 0.917 gold, so 22 carat, and weighed 1.745 grams, so very small. Now that was the half florin or half leopard. Now onto the florin, or leopard, as we can see here. A much more detailed design here, and actually a very nice design indeed, with the king there in his galleon with a rose on the side of the boat, the quartered shield in his hand and the sword and the crown he's wearing, and a flag to his side, and then to the reverse of the coin, a very symmetrical and nice royal design. This coin is again minted in 0.917 22 karat gold, weighs 3.49 grams, with a diameter of 24 millimeters, so comparable to a 2p piece. Then finally we have the double florin or double leopard, of which only 3 are known. That's how very rare and scarce these coins are. Only 3 of these coins are known. Once again, a lovely design. We have the king here on his throne, holding the royal orb and scepter, and to the reverse, a crowned cross with wings to the reverse. So a lovely, lovely detailed design. These coins do sell for 7 figures though, and they are minted again in 917 22 karat gold and weigh around 7 grams. And that was the first coinage, and for that coinage based on the florin, a florin was 6 shillings, and they were also known as leopards as 6 shillings, so of course the helm was 3 shillings, and then the double florin or double leopard was a 12 shilling coin. Now these were not easily traded, these denominations were not easily exchangeable or tradable with Europe, and so the coinage failed and was cancelled a mere month. I think it was just months, about 6 months these coins lasted, so that's accounting for the rarity. But Edward III did not give up, and he introduced his second gold coinage, based around the noble, the smallest part of which was the quarter noble coin, as we can see here, and again we'll go through what a noble is worth. As for the design of the quarter noble, we can see a lovely quartered arm shield on one side with the border around, and to the other side, again a nice border around with a very symmetrical pattern going around with lions and crowns and wings. So again, quite a religious based coin, and we can see the word Edward there to the side, as it is under his coinage. These were still made in 0.917 22 karat gold. The quarter noble weighed 1.64 grams and was 17.73 millimeters in diameter, so a bit larger than a 5p piece. Now a quarter noble is a 20p coin, which was 1 shilling and 8p, or 1/12 of a pound sterling, so there were 12 quarter nobles to every pound sterling. Now above the quarter noble was the half noble coin, as we will see now, and here we have the same sort of similar design carried over from the florin coin, with a lovely rendition of the king on a galleon with a shield, with the royal shield in his hand and the sword in the other hand, and then to the reverse there we have again crowns and angels and lions, so a very religious patriotic design of the king and his close links to God mentioned and renditioned on each side. Once again, 917 gold, 3.86 grams for this, and this was a 28mm coin, so comparable in diameter to a £2 coin of today. The half noble, as you may have worked out, is a 40p coin, which was 3 shillings and 4p, or 1/6 of a pound sterling. And then on to the main gold coin for medieval Europe, a successful coin, the gold noble, again sharing the same design as their earlier florin and the half noble, with a lovely rendition of the king on his galleon, and even the rigging and the mast is intact and nice detail on this coin, with his sword and shield and crown, and again to the reverse there, crowns, lions and angel wings and symbols once again. So this coin is once again 917 gold. It weighs 7.59 grams and is 32mm across in diameter, so considerably large coin there, of course as being gold as well, a very nice piece to hold. It was an 80p piece, 6 shillings and 8p, or 1/3 of a pound, so noble was 1/3 of a pound. So there we go. Now comment down below, do you have any King Edward III coins in your collection? Personally I have just 1 penny. Please as well subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed and learnt something new, and of course a massive thank you for watching to the end. We do appreciate that very much, and of course please do return if you enjoy our videos. So there we go, thank you once again, and we'll see you next time for more coins.